result that you wanted. What did you make of your team's performance?
Well, I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't good enough, but it certainly wasn't that bad. And just picked up an end of your conversation there. That was my first comment. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't good enough. We conceded a very, very unusual goal for us, the first goal. I think if that happens more than once or twice this season, I'll be surprised, because it's just not the type of goal we concede. And we had everyone in shape and everyone in the right place, and it was just one goal, two passes through us. It was on the back of the net. So really surprised by that. I think every player tried the hardest. After 15 minutes, I'm thinking, yeah, we look really strong and to plan in this particular game. Good pitch, but you don't always get what you think you're going to get, and you don't always get what you want. We could easily have got a goal back. I mean, let's not sort of become too miserable about the whole thing. I'm bitterly disappointed we've lost the game. I mean, we've now made our season a 45-game season, and we have to start again. I think we were 10% away from playing really well, but that makes, for those fine lines, then make a big difference in a game of football. And yes, we could have come back into it, but keeping a clean sheet to half time, to the hour mark, would have been a big and positive step forward for us. So that first goal was disappointing, and I didn't think we did great later in the game trying to come back into it. It's the one thing actually we haven't done pre-season. We have not had the opportunity to come back at a team that's just sat in position, and you can see how difficult it is. It's not easy to score goals when the opposition just sit in position and keep their discipline, which is why I'm even more disappointed about the first goal, because we were in shape and we were in position, but we weren't fabulous. We could have we tried hard, but I've spoken to the players about one or two things. The next time we're in those scenarios, we have to do one or two things better. But didn't go for us today, but we have to move on. The support was great. It was a great pitch to play on, no excuses anywhere, and we started the game looked really strong. So disappointing all round.
How difficult was it to prepare for this game? Because obviously Blackpool have had a lot of changes during the summer. The side that's got relegated, presumably difficult to have them watch. So does that affect preparation as well in your build-up?
Well, in terms of what you've just said, no. There's no excuses there whatsoever. We knew enough about them for it not to be an issue. So that's the first thing. The first game of the season is always unusual, because it's a 4, 5, 6 week build-up to it. So that's unusual, and pre-season matches you might watch are slightly different. So in terms of picking up form into the game, picking up a tone for the opposition, whoever we play today, there's some level of uncertainty to it. In terms of it being Blackpool and them having come down and new players, there's no excuses there. We were as well prepared as we could have been, and we were. I was more than happy with the way we entered the game today. It just didn't go our way, and that's the bottom line. You
took the opportunity to, or maybe you had to, I don't know, to put 3 new faces in the starting 11. How do you think they got on today?
If I start by saying the team wasn't that bad, by definition, with their part within it, I thought Pearce looked very, very assured at the back. I mean, he played all pre-season at right back, mind you. To step into the centre of defence was a change for him. Tom McCready was ill Thursday into Friday, and he was fit for today. But I just thought it was a step too far. Lloyd James is an accomplished player at this level. We just got to get them linked up, and the distances, and Bobby Simpson, we know he can play, and particularly well pre-season. We sort of left him a bit isolated. I think, if we take anything from it, it's not the players needed to do. Yeah, and they did make mistakes, and there's a pass or two from the likes of Ryan Harley that he doesn't make those type of passing errors, which he did today. That's what you happen when you're 2 goals down and the opposition's sitting in shape, and you're trying to force things. But we've just got to get the distances better and the connection, and got to get some fluency with those connections. But it's not like I'm searching for it, and I think, well, we're a long way off it. We've been fantastic in pre-season games, so I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater. So this is a disappointing open day to the season. we're a fraction away from being a goal up or being back to 1-1 in the first half. At the post, we came close. You know, the things like that hinge, results hinge on those moments. We just weren't quite good enough. We cannot promise to be a contender if we can see goals like the first one. The second one's a flash across and a flash clearance and it's an own goal. Yeah, it happens, hopefully not too often. But the first one was poor, and but the game was still there for us. We just didn't quite get our connections right today. There we are. We'll move on.
Is it pleasing then to have another game to go straight into on Tuesday evening, or would you prefer
It's
to go back on
irrelevant.
the training?
Whenever the next game is, we'll be ready for it. It's Tuesday or Saturday or whenever, we'll be ready for it. So it's irrelevant.
Jordan Moore, Taylor and Lee Holmes, it was well publicised about their injuries during the pre-season, but they made it today and they started the game. They played the whole 90 minutes of all the drive. Did they come through okay?
Well, their injuries were only in the last week. They had 5 weeks without an injury leading up to. So they both missed all week's training and came through a fitness test to travel. So, but again, no excuse that they're fit enough. They both played. They played all pre-season together on that left-hand side. Just 10%. I'm asking for 10%, and it's amazing how much different the game is when you're in the lead rather than the opposition, and you're the one having to make extra runs, and the opposition can sit there. And the only thing we can say is that the last 3 meaningful pre-season games we've been in the position of being in the lead and not having. So that's one thing we have to learn a lesson from today. And I had 10 minutes with them afterwards, and they're disappointed, but. Like I say, it's now a 45 game season, not a 46 game.